Now the front feet again. Never just get them to step across behind. You get those front feet correct too, okay? Then I'm gonna back my horse up. Okay, I didn't have to smooch then. I got a quick reaction. And what I want to ride with is 10 ounces in my hand. That's my feel. My wife rides with 5 ounces. I ride with 10, okay? Well, I'm teaching this horse with 10, whether I'm on the ground or on the back. All right? Now I'm going to come up here, and I want to move the whole horse over with my foot here, but I'm also ready to put my hand here if the whole horse, if the front end doesn't move. Pretty nice step across, okay? Now, I want to make sure that I didn't get that horse too alive, because I don't want that horse jumping from my foot and overreacting. So I come right back to that area, and I desensitize it and just rub it a little. And I'll come back and just rub it with my foot. Now, don't ride with your airplane shoes, your comfort shoes like I'm doing. My boots are over there, but I'm in a hurry to get started today, so I'm going to step on right here. All right, now the first thing I want to do is just like when I was on the ground, I want only head and neck. Now I get this bit alive. My horse is focusing on other things. Good. Now I want the hips to come around. Now I want the front end to step around. Now I want all 4 feet to go backwards. Watch my right foot and right hand. Okay, now my horse is giving me a little emotion. My horse is a little fresh right now. She's giving me a little emotion, but she listens pretty good. All right, she tugged on me through nerves right there. Well, when she tugged, I just got my bit alive a little bit and said, don't pull on me, don't pull on me. Now, I don't want her just to set her head. I want her to move her feet along with it, okay? But wherever I touch my horse is where I want the response. So if I want back feet, my foot's here. If I want all 4 feet, my foot's here. And that's a side pass. So where I place my foot helps my horse understand what I want, okay? Now, right here, I'm going to tell my horse to shape up, get some head set. My horse is being impatient, so I'm going to ride with my calves just a little. There we go. My horse gave me a little better response. Now I'm going to ride with my calves quite a bit.
And you're just keeping your hands steady.
10 ounces. 10 ounces. Okay. Now, if the horse wasn't going the direction I said, I'd use more ounces and more action in the bit. But more action in the bit, more than ounces, okay? Now, everybody watch my hands. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do before I'm doing it. I'm going to go forward. You see if you see my hands move. I'm going to go backward. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to go backward. Did you ever see my hands move? It was my little finger, my pinky. If my horse hadn't listened, I'd have used my wrist. If my horse hadn't listened, I'd have gone to my forearm. My forearm is slow and strong. I don't want to do that. I want to use wrist and little finger. Does that make sense?
When you, so you, I remember you said something about, when you have a horse do a head, or like come up and collect a little bit, you always ask him to move when you do that?
No.
Okay.
No. I may be sitting here, and if my horse is used to me, and I do this here, goofing around, as soon as I kick a little these calves, they don't move, but they'll collect up more. Okay, she collected up as she moved. I wasn't hunting to move, but I was riding her with my calves to get the collection.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, every time she's moving, I'm saying, let's stand still, and I'm giving her freedom. Because when I do this and give her freedom, I want her to go time out. I don't care if a buffalo herd's running around her. I want her to have a timeout, because if I can't get a timeout just standing here, I'm going to have heck getting her patient at a blazing run trying to win first place. Okay? Now, yes?
When you said, after the pattern, you always go to the back. When you do that back, are you always backing the shape, or will you do a straight back, or?
All three. I'll back her shape to the right part of the time, shape to the left part of the time, shape straight part of the time. Because all 3 directions are needed. I want to go to a barrel with the horse straight and true. No human or horse can ride down through that pen sideways and be as healthy, go as fast, and control direction as good. Okay? So it's real important that we're aware of that. That's just like when you ride a horse that doesn't know how to stop in a baby colt or a runaway, You may give a big old body signal and go whoa and reinforce it with your hands. But when it's time to ride balanced, your pelvis is forward, arched. Your hip is directly over your flat foot. Turn your toes up. Both of them. Throws you on your ass, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. All right? Stand on your toes and get them behind you like this. I helped Janet Stover, and she's the only person I know that when her toes go here, she still keeps them under. Flat foot's better. Pelvis here. All right. If I'm going to run a foot race, my shoulders are going to be slightly in front of my hips, okay? When I'm in this, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
When I'm here is where I'm balanced, okay? Mm-hmm. If you get here to go around the barrel, or get here to run a foot race, it takes all the balance out of it, okay? Mm-hmm. So if I got a runaway horse, I may give him a big old body signal. I may spread those feet, shove those, just really help him. But when I'm right, correct, this is where balance is. This is where balance is, okay? One of the most important places of balance is a Grand Prix jumping horse. When you jump, you move with that horse for two reasons. One, to keep in position, but to make yourself lighter as he leaves the ground. Right then is when you go. And when you're riding right, here's what I'm riding on. My knees, my thighs, and my crotch. Now I'm going to use stirrups. I'm not going to run this way because I'm old and don't ride as good as I used to. But I used to could run this way, and I mean stay balanced and everything. Now I need super glue on my hiney and both hands on the horn. But when I'm riding, this is the way I practice. This is balance. This is where this horse is balanced, right over these front two ribs. You watch a Grand Prix jumper, they're right here. You watch a jockey, they're right here. And ropers don't know why they're here. Why they're here is because their tip of their rope's down, but this is where a horse carries you the best, right over these front two ribs. Okay? And that's where you feel what he's going to do the best. Anytime you come to this position, you feel more what that hiney's doing. Okay? But when you're in this position, you have more feel. Now, when you're going around, well, when you're going anywhere, the four factors you're concerned with is where the sternum is going. And if this horse is following his sternum, his nose may be over here, but see a sternum going toward that end of the arena out there? Well, that's what guides him, okay? And I want to know, I'm in a right turn. I want to know where the sternum, the shoulder, the rib, and the hip is located. All right? The hip on this horse is just like a gooseneck trailer. You're driving in downtown Cedar Rapids, you better not be looking to see where that is because you're not looking to know where you're going, but you need to know where that hip is. Okay? Very important that you know where that hip is. Okay? All right. Now, just think about balance, and there's a lot of barrel racing information that is disappointing because this isn't balanced. And you're going forward in a turn. And if I'm going to roll a horse back, this still isn't balanced. When I get to a rollback point, I want to really help him come over that hop if he's going to roll back. And Sarah McDonald, that little horse that turns on the front end, Sarah's clear up here. I'd fall off if I was right there. Yeah. But she's clear up here to give that horse go forward signal with her body. Okay?
And then in the turn too, like staying balanced versus leaning.
Oh yeah. I mean, I get people that teach you to step weight and stirrups.
Right.
That's the silliest thing in the world for two reasons. First, if I step over here, and every time I do, I teach my horse to move that way, he'll learn it. Or if I teach him to come in, he'll learn it, okay? But when I step in a stirrup at a dead run, even if he's used to it in that spot, it still could throw him out of balance. But if you're wanting him to come in off of that signal, when do you step back straight? If he's overturning that day. If I come in with my hand, I can get a quicker and more thorough response to move back out. That's why back here, the move out, the shape, and the go forward with the rein, it doesn't exist back here. You saw me right here with a little finger move forward and back. If I'd have been back here, I could have moved forward by turning loose, but I couldn't have moved forward and kept short stride, shape, and guide. Up here, I can move forward with that rein and keep short stride, shape, and guide. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, now questions, team, especially coaches. Where y'all are going to coach my kid, is there any questions?